There's something truly special about homemade custard. It's a simple pleasure, a taste of childhood, and a versatile dessert that can be enjoyed in countless ways. Store-bought custard simply can't compare to the velvety texture and rich flavor of the real deal. Making your own custard might seem daunting, but I assure you it's easier than you think. With a few simple ingredients and a little patience, you can create a custard that will impress your family and friends. Imagine the creamy texture, the delicate sweetness, and the satisfaction of serving up a dessert made with your own two hands. Let's get started, shall we? Before we embark on our custard-making adventure, let's gather our ingredients. You'll be surprised at how few ingredients we need to create this culinary masterpiece. For this recipe, you'll need 5 large egg yolks, the golden heart of our custard, 50 grams of granulated sugar for a touch of sweetness, 500 milliliters of whole milk, the creamy foundation of our dessert, and 1 vanilla pod, split and seeds scraped for a hint of aromatic indulgence. Each ingredient plays a crucial role in creating the perfect custard, so make sure you're using the best quality ingredients you can find. Fresh, high-quality ingredients will elevate your custard from ordinary to extraordinary. Now, let's begin our custard journey. The first step is to separate the egg yolks from the whites. Don't worry, it's easier than it sounds. Gently crack each egg on the side of a bowl. Carefully pass the yolk back and forth between the two halves of the shell, letting the white fall into the bowl below. The yolk should remain intact in the shell. Place the yolks in a separate bowl and set the whites aside for another recipe. Meringues, perhaps? We only need the yolks for our custard, as they provide the rich, creamy texture that makes custard so irresistible. With our egg yolks ready, it's time to introduce the sugar. Add the granulated sugar to the bowl of egg yolks. Now whisk the yolks and sugar together until the mixture is pale and thick. This step is crucial for creating a smooth and velvety custard. The whisking incorporates air into the mixture, which will help prevent the custard from curdling later on. Whisk with enthusiasm and imagine the sugar dissolving into the yolks, creating a sweet and harmonious blend. Section 5. Infusing with warm milk, a gentle awakening. Meanwhile, gently heat the milk in a saucepan over medium heat until it just comes to a simmer. Don't let it boil. We want to warm the milk, not scald it. As the milk warms, split the vanilla pod lengthwise and scrape out the seeds with the back of a knife. Add both the seeds and the pod to the milk. The warmth of the milk will infuse the vanilla flavor throughout, adding a layer of aromatic complexity to our custard. Section 6. The tempering dance, achieving silky smoothness. Now it's time for one of the most important steps in making custard tempering. This is where we slowly introduce the hot milk to the egg yolks, preventing them from scrambling. Remove the vanilla pod from the milk, then gradually whisk a small amount of the hot milk into the egg yolk mixture. This gradual introduction of heat ensures that the yolks acclimate to the temperature change without turning into scrambled eggs. Continue whisking in the hot milk a little at a time until all of the milk has been incorporated and the mixture is smooth. You've now successfully tempered the egg yolks, setting the stage for a perfectly smooth and luscious custard. Section 7. The slow dance of cooking. Patience is key. Pour the tempered custard mixture back into the saucepan. Cook over low heat, stirring constantly with a wooden spoon or spatula until the custard thickens enough to coat the back of a spoon. This will take about 8 to 10 minutes. Do not let the custard boil. Boiling will cause it to curdle. The key here is patience and a gentle hand. Stir continuously and watch as the custard slowly transforms from a thin liquid to a luxuriously thick and creamy delight. Section 8. Straining for perfection, a velvety finish. Once your custard has thickened, remove it from the heat. For an extra smooth and silky texture, strain the custard through a fine mesh sieve into a bowl. This step will remove any lumps or bits of cooked egg, ensuring a perfectly velvety mouthfeel. Section 9. Chilling and serving, the grand finale. Cover the bowl of custard with plastic wrap, pressing it directly onto the surface to prevent a skin from forming. Allow the custard to cool completely before refrigerating for at least 2 hours, or preferably overnight. This chilling time allows the flavors to meld and the texture to fully set. Once chilled, your homemade custard is ready to be enjoyed. Serve it in individual ramekins or in a beautiful serving dish. Section 10. Enjoy and experiment your culinary canvas. Classic custard is truly a blank canvas for your culinary creativity. You can enjoy it on its own, or let your imagination run wild with endless serving suggestions. Try layering it with fresh berries and crunchy granola for a delightful parfait. Swirl it into your morning coffee for an extra touch of indulgence. Use it as a filling for pies, tarts, or even eclairs. The possibilities are as limitless as your imagination. Most importantly, have fun and don't be afraid to experiment. Add a pinch of cinnamon, a splash of your favorite liqueur, or a handful of chopped nuts to make it your own. Now go forth and create custard magic. Share your creations with your loved ones and savor the simple pleasure of homemade goodness.